You know what really bugs me? Little tiny microphones hidden around my house. Now, speaking of dogs, and speaking of my father, and I can mention my father and dogs in the same breath because my father and dogs have the same breath. When I was a kid and I wanted a bedtime story, this is what I got. Once upon a time, there were 3 bears, and now there are millions of them. Liar, liar, your pants are on fire. That'll teach you to eat curry. Old Mother Hubbard went to the cupboard to fetch her poor dog a bone. When she got there, the cupboard was bare, so she got him some Pal from the fridge. Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. Jack jumped over the candlestick. Get a life. Once upon a time, it was 9:30. She sells seashells on the seashore. Before that, she sold gravel on the freeway. Old Mother Hubbard went to the cupboard to fetch her poor dog a bone. When she got there, the cupboard was bare, so she filled it with cardigans and talcum powder. Mary had a little lamb. Its fleece was white as snow, according to the testimony of the nearsighted snowplow driver who squashed it. Once upon a time, everyone lived happily ever after. Polly put the kettle on. Polly put the kettle on. Polly put the kettle on. What is she, deaf? Please, this is funny. Serious. Old Mother Hubbard went to the cupboard to fetch her poor dog, but he was in his kennel. Little Bo Peep has lost her sheep and doesn't know where to find them. Leave them alone and the wolves will take them home, dragging entrails behind them. "'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house not a creature was stirring, 'cause they have their coffee black, no sugar." No, it gets better. Yankee Doodle went to town, riding on a pony. Up yours, transport strike. Old Mother Hubbard went to the cupboard because her husband couldn't communicate. Theophilus Thistle, the successful thistle sifter, in sifting a sieve of unsifted thistles, thrust 3,000 thistles through the thick of his thumb, because 2,999 thistles doesn't scan. Here's another one you may not care for. Yankee Doodle went to town to get his name changed by deed poll. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. It's a star, you just said so. There was a man and his name was Dob, and he had a wife and her name was Mob, and he had a dog and he called it Cob. The poet who wrote this should keep his day job. Simple Simon met a pieman going to the fair. Said Simple Simon to the pieman, "Duh." Little Jack Horner sat in the corner eating his Christmas pie and got food poisoning. It was April. Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again, 'cause the horses kept dropping the scalpels. Little Tommy Tucker sings for his supper. Then he eats his audience. There was a little girl and she had a little curl right in the middle of her forehead, 'cause her parents couldn't afford electrolysis. Ba black sheep, have you any cures for stuttering? Oh well, only 40 minutes to go. There was an old lady and she lived in a shoe. She had so many children, the obstetrician developed huge biceps. You know what really gets under my skin? Bones. Little boy blue, come blow your horn. Double the joints, double the fun. They told me you have to work blue here. Okay. Jack Sprat could eat no fat, and hence little boy blue had to blow his... Okay. Old King Cole was a merry old soul, and a merry old soul was he. He called for his pipe, and he called for his bowl, and got arrested for possession. Roses are red, violets are blue. Rose and Violet have sworn to never again take their tops off during extreme temperatures. Jack Sprat's wife would eat no fat. Jack would eat no lean. So much for foreplay. Little Miss Muffet sat on a tuffet, eating her curds and whey. Along came a spider, who sat down beside her. This spider suit is a great disguise, thought the pedophile. You know what annoys the hell out of me? Nagging exorcists. Rub-a-dub-dub, 3 men in a tub. The prosecution rests. Nighty-night.